Well, welcome to another video. This is just a quick little opener. This video is a mental health trip I took with my 6-wheel drive military ambulance and the 8-wheel drive amphibious Argo. I went out in search of a geocache that I have been looking for over a decade and haven't had a way to get to it. So this time I tried using all the tools I've got, and I think I finally got it. Anyway, follow along with the journey if you like. This is a long form video, so if you don't like long stuff, try out one of my short videos instead. Otherwise, stick with us and see how we go. Well, I'm off on another mental health trip. I'm out in the 6-wheel drive ambulance today. I've got the 8-wheel drive Argo behind, and I've got a drone with me. We're going to try and come up with some sort of interesting bit of video, and I've got some ideas on where to go. And there's a geocache that hasn't been touched in a few years I want to try and get. There's some interesting stuff, but I'll explain more when we're on the road. But anyway, we're up to we're getting outdoors this time, so no desk jobs this time. See ya in a minute. So I'm here, and I've got a nice little spot set aside. I'm a long way from the amenities block, but that's not going to matter too much, I think. I'm at a quiet end of the park. It turns out there's another 6-wheel drive vehicle here too, another Land Rover. So there's a picture of that in the corner here. Yeah, so they're kind of interested. I think the owners, that one belongs to the owners, I believe. And they might come and have a chat to me about mine later on. Been given okay to go ahead and drive the Argo out of the park, which will make access and egress much easier. So yeah, it's going to be good. I'm going to go get set up and do a few bits of prep now. Dirt roads are fun, aren't they? Especially wet dirt roads. Glad I had the tarp up, but I haven't even driven this anywhere, and I'm still going to need to clean it. Anyway, I got to get some pondweed off the axles, and then I might go for a little reconnoiter. So I've been for a bit of a drive. This thing is not very kind on the tracks here, on the roads. I'm thinking if I launch this again, I won't be doing it from my site. I'm probably going to pick the Ambo up and take it closer to the access road, just so I don't mess up their tracks so much. Otherwise I might not be welcome back here again. I have met up with one of the locals. We went for a bit of a drive, been for a bit of a float, bit of fun. Anyway, I'm going to put the boiling vessel on, and a little bit later on I might take my hand pump down here and pump or filter some water, because they're on bore water here. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to have something to eat. Alright, so I've got the fan going to get the mozzies down. One thing I did find was on the way here, I went through, and the words are probably backwards because I'm using the selfie camera here. I went past one of the local farm shops on the way out here, and they do freeze-dried apple, which is nice. They do fresh apples as well. I'm about to have some of this, and I realised I've got fresh apples. I think I'm going to have one of them. These guys, and they're huge. That's the way I like my apples. They're good stuff.
3 hours later.
Alright, so I laid down about, what is it? Well, it's only 6 now. I laid down 3 hours ago. And I don't recall much else since, so I obviously needed the rest. It's now dark, because it's like getting on to winter here, so it gets dark really quick. There is a kitchen area miles away from where I am, and CBF walking all the way over there. I've got stuff I could put on the barbecue, but I'm lazy. I don't want to do barbecue. But I do have a bunch of retort pouches from rat packs that we've opened and not eaten. Now I have a chili con carne, which my wife loves, so I leave them alone. I've got a vegetable curry, I've got a spag bowl, and I've got a butter chicken. The butter chicken, some people really love it. I think the spice is a bit much for me. Spag bowl, my kid loves them. Vegetable curry I haven't had in a while. I don't know, I'm going to have a think. Alright, I'm going to cheat with dinner tonight. We're going to open filling vessel, and we're going to whack the retort pouch straight in the top here. Where's my vegetable curry? You're going in there. I do have some tinned stuff somewhere, but I can't be bothered going through that. I'm lazy, that's what this is for. Well, this is dinner. Vegetable curry, mashed spud with a bit of butter on it, and a slice of bread with very, very cold butter that doesn't spread very well. Anyway, it doesn't smell too bad. I'm going to dig in, and I'll see you all in the morning.
6.5 hours later.
Alright, so I know the first bit of this video has all been 9:16 because I got a bit complacent about the aspect ratio. Anyway, a couple of things I have learned about this site. It gets dark. And I mean, tonight there's no moonlight either, it's overcast. And I think it's no moon as well, so there's no ambient light. There's no street lights here because there's no mains power. They have a generator, but they don't run street lights to save fuel. And so there's only a few little specks of lights. I turned on all the side lights with the ambo, but second complaint, it's a long walk to the amenities block, at least from where I am. Curry probably wasn't the best choice of a meal, but anyway. And the LED upgrade I did in this thing, absolutely magic. It's very, very handy. So also, if the generator goes out here, there's a good potential you end up plunged into darkness. So at night time, I'm keeping this thing beside my at my side all the time. So I'm now awake again, pending another brisk walk in the middle of the night with MS that makes walking challenging. So I might as well work on my route for tomorrow. Alright, see how we go.
The next morning.
Alright, so this is a spot I'd identified by the drone. Oh, let's get it into neutral here. I'd identified this by the drone as a spot that could be a bit difficult to pass through. I did want to continue all the way down the coast, but that's probably not going to be too much of an option looking at that scrub. I mean, yeah, I could go around the coast, but that turns it into almost a 1 kilometre trip. To get across to that point there is where I want to get to. And I can see there's some channel markers and stuff there that I wasn't aware of. And this is a little choppy. So I know there are a couple of sort of boat ramp-like places down there. And they're down this track. So I'm going to go down this track and see what they're like, see how close they are, and decide whether I'd make that trip or not. If I do here, I'd be hugging the coast and jumping across at the narrowest point down there. And this is all pretty shallow stuff, actually. I'd probably still touch the bottom along here. But anyway, we're going to scoot down there and see what else we can find. Alright, looks like there's a bit of a campsite down here. And this is our first possible entry. The wind is onshore along here, which is nice. Oh, there's a boat taking off out there. Means we're close to the river. So there's a lot of sunken logs and stuff in here, but it looks like there's a bit of a channel out there where people have cleared it. So that looks nice, but those logs are going to be a problem. I've traditionally had issues with that. That boat leaving and those channel markers means we're really close to the river up here. And I've got a good view. I might put the drone up over here in the near future and have a bit of a reconnoiter. This level of waves is not too bad, but it does make for difficult navigation in this Argo. As much as it floats, it's still not a boat, and waves are a bit of an enemy to it. But anyway, let's move on and see what other shores we can find. Oh, boggy mud holes. This thing loves them. With a hunk of wood in there. Somebody's been bogged in it before. Yeah, it's a bit deeper than it looks. Oh, might have to straddle this so we don't get high scented. The ruts are a little bit deep for this thing. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't try and bring the 6-wheel down here. I mean, it'd get through, but it'd scratch the living hell out of it. Alright, we'll turn camera back on at our destination. Now here's the kind of terrain I like driving this thing in. My good old buddy Rocco would be happy about this. He loves deep slop poo, as he calls it. Oh, I can't help it, I gotta try this. Yep, it's slick. Alright. Alright, unexpected potential entry into the water here. Oh, get a bit railroaded here. Alrighty. Oh, we might actually make it in the water here. Now, if I can get into the water from here, this spot will be ideal. But I need to find out if I can actually get in and out of the water here. Alright. So that comes in fairly good. I'll probably make contact with the ground here. And I'll probably, whoa, nearly fell in. And I did fall in. But luckily my boots are relatively waterproof. Alright, yeah, I'll probably make it out here. If not, the ground is solid enough, I can probably chuck the anchor in the ground and I can probably winch myself out. So, I'm not in too much trouble if I land here. Well, geez, there are some deep holes there. That one I think I got water in my boots. Alright, I'm going to put the drone up and have a look around. Alright, we're going to try something stupid. We're going to try and make it across here. I'm going to do it from the back. and I'm being watched, which generally means I'm going to make a mistake. Alright, see how we go. Adjust my belt up a bit first. Alright, so I've progressed to going on foot. Some people here duck hunting in that boat, and they reckon their neighbour's got, or their friend on a farm has got an Argo as well. I reckon I'd get bogged here. I'm not confident that I would, but it is getting a bit wet to be walking on foot, so we might consider other options to get to this cache. Alright, we're going to try and sneak across and find this cache. I found a good entryway. Alright, we might get to this cache finally. Alright, let's see if I can plot my way through this carefully. Yeah, it's definitely a little tricky to get through all that stuff. I ought to be close to it by now. pretty close to where we need to be, but it's also very wet. Yep, my boots are definitely going to need re-waterproofing when I get home. Alright, and drying out. I don't think I brought foot powder with me. Alright, so there is a cache up here somewhere, apparently. Right through here. So I used to have a premium geocaching account. They now tell me that a level 2 or higher cache requires premium. So something crazy is going on my account. Maybe when I had my card changed, I forgot to update it on the geocaching site. Or maybe just more time has passed than I thought. Oh, it's a nice little landing spot. I can imagine a kayak landing here. And I'm more or less right on it somewhere here. It's going to be interesting. We'll see if we can find it.
One eternity later.
Alright, I found the cache. There's not much in it, but it hasn't been touched for a long time. I've secured it a little bit better. The logbook is saturated. I can't even write on it without ripping the paper up. So I will log my find when I get home. I have actually found it, and I've got video evidence of it. Now I need to remember where my Argo is so I can get out of here. But I think it's right about here. Here we go. Okay. Now, how do we do this without getting soaking wet feet? We go the other way, I think. Dog eye problems. Where are we? Yep, I snuck in round that way. Now, I could have brought a machete and hacked my way through this, but that's not quite my way. Try not to disturb stuff as much as possible. Yep, I am probably going to get wet feet again, but let's see how we go. Now, we are partly wet. I'm going to slip off the front of this thing, but let's see how we go. Oh. I heard something go crack and something fell off inside. What was that? That was a rivet. No, it won't have gone anywhere dangerous, and we do have a little bit of water in the bottom. So we will quickly attempt to bilge pump. No, we're not at that level yet. Alright, time to head back. Alright, luckily there's a big ass boat where I would need to land, so it's going to make that a little easier to find. Plus, I'm reasonably confident I'm not going to get bogged if I take the same way in as or same way out as I took in. And it's looking like the weather's starting to look like it could be raining, so we might be hopping the river again very soon. So, time to head home before we get wet. It's nice to know I've got a bit of backup if I sink it. Alright. Alright. across. Alright, time to move some shit around. Alright, we're back at camp, and now I'm hungry. I actually didn't have breakfast, so I think I'm actually going to go and find the barbecues and actually make some snacks or some burgers or whatever I can find, and sit and enjoy a cold one. Cold one being Coke. I still shouldn't be drinking this according to the neurologist, but you know what, it's something. Anyway, I'm tired, I can't articulate properly, so yeah, it probably means I need to eat, so I'm going to go do that. Alright, so common area. We have a barbecue and sinks and everything else, so I'm going to try and get a barbecue going. Alright, this is lunch. I forgot to bring the tomato sauce. Irritating. I might actually put these together and might take them back to camp, put sauce on them and eat them down there. Sounds like a good idea. You know what, on second thought, I want to have my cup of tea. I'll eat them without sauce. Sacrilege, I know. And I've got some garlic snags I've done for later. I'm going to put them in the fridge and I'll have them later tonight.
6.5 hours later.
Well, a lot has happened. I pretty much finished dinner and passed out. And I think it was about 8 o'clock when I woke up. Been and had my shower, wandered through the pitch black. The site's a lot noisier tonight. There's some people having some parties around. I stopped at a farm shop on the way here, and the lady that was manning operating the shop, she's actually at the party here somewhere. I was going to catch up and say hello to her and all the rest, but not my kind of party. Lots of people getting drunk to the point where they're having troubles walking, so not my kind of thing. I've got Star Trek going on in here, door shut, can't hear much now. There's another party. I've got company all around me now. There's 3 or 4 caravans around me and some people camping. They're all pretty nice people, but a lot of kids running around and all the rest. But I came here to get away from people, and this is actually a busier park. So, we'll see how we go. They're friendly enough. They're not causing problems. So, I'm able to shut my door and get my space. But yes, I made it across the river today. I'm happy about that. I have been watching that geocache since 2009. I actually looked it up when I logged my find today. And that's when I put it on my watch list. Long time. I was going to do that with a canoe. And I've since sold the canoe and the outrigger and everything. I made gear way back then to go and get it. I never got around to getting it. So, I'm going to violate my diet a little bit and have a Coke and some chocolate. And then I'm going to pass out, and sometime in the morning it'll be time to pack up. We had a little bit of rain, so I tarped up the Argo, and I've strapped everything down. It's going to need grease and oil and cleaning and stuff when I get back. I still haven't cleaned it since it got all the weed wrapped around it from the dip in the local port. So that's my video that was labelled Massive Weed Problem at the Port. So trying a little bit of clickbait there. As much as I hate it, I'm taking the advice of some of the experts there. So yeah, not much else to report. I'm getting very tired. I'm quite exhausted. I made full use of the approximate 4 hours of ability I have in a day. In fact, I pushed beyond that a little bit, and I'm now struggling to catch up. I've had to stop and Well, I literally passed out after dinner. I didn't make it through that. So anyway, at least we're back to like the 16:9 ratio instead of the 9:16. That's how I did it when I started. I was so tired actually when I started getting out here for this video. I'm pretty sure I came close to falling asleep at the wheel. It's how I ended up at that farm shop. It was only about a 40-minute trip, but I ended up having to pull up halfway and stop and have a lay down and then have a chat to the lady in there and everything like that. So that kind of woke me up a bit. But it just goes to show it's never too... The shortest trips are sometimes the most dangerous, and the final few minutes of your trip are often the most dangerous. Oh, and I am so tired. So yeah, I'm going to zonk out. It's nearly 9 o'clock now. But yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to do. The internet out here is so slow. I'm on HSDPA connection. I probably need to put my long-range 4G modem onto this vehicle and get it kitted up next time I'm out here. So yeah, I haven't been able to upload much. I preemptively uploaded a bunch of stuff before I left so I can schedule it. So hopefully I won't miss a couple of days. And I think that's like the third or fourth time I've yawned on this video. So I'm going to call it quits and we'll see you in the morning.
The next morning.
Alright, well, my hair's a bit of a mess. I'm awake, I've had breakfast. I have had another attack of gout. So I've taken some ibuprofen for that. And yeah, I'm tired. So engine's warming up and we're going to head off. I thought about putting a drone up today to get some footage of the six-wheeler on the way out, the ambulance, but the airspace is in use today, so I can't do that. Anyway, we're just going to head home and I'll recap when I get there. Well, we've got one six-wheel Land Rover and we've got another one. It's interesting stuff.